everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie, and today we are kicking off the consumption challenge for 2023. So let me kind of recap what I've been doing this past year and what I'm doing this year. So this past year, in the back of my planner, I had extra pages and I started writing down everything I bought, which is crazy to look at. So it's everything that I brought into my home, actually, not just what I bought. So any gifts, and I tracked it all. And then I also kept a note in my phone of everything outgoing. So if I finished like a makeup or, beauty product up, if something was being donated, if I was gifting something out of my home, like a regift, book exchanges, stuff like that, like anything that was coming in and anything going out, I tracked. And I was really interested to see how much do I bring in. And I finally have closed out December. My net total for the year, so everything I brought in minus everything that went out, was 271 things into my home, which is kind of shocking. It feels like a lot, to be fair. But when I go through the list here of everything that I tracked, I'm like, well, yeah, I do still have that. I do still have that. And that's what blows my mind. So I'm going to do this again this year. I would love for you to join me, even if you don't track everything, for the conversations. This has really helped me focus on, consuming less, bringing less in, of course. Also, I need to do some more decluttering. But also, it helps me think, okay, do I really need to buy this new thing, or do I have something already that I can use? Which has been something I've talked about a handful of times before on my channel, using what you have. I think for a lot of reasons, people are, latching on to this idea of using what you have because it's already in your home, so you don't need to spend more money on it. For the kind of space value, right? Using what you have without becoming too cluttered in your home and feeling anxious or tired or exhausted by your space. Also for the environment, not having as much waste, using reusable products, things that are going to last long term. There's so many benefits, right? And many more. But for me, actually writing all this down and keeping track of it was extremely eye-opening, because I already thought I was doing a decent job about not bringing a lot of crap and things into my home. But I have, at the end of the year, 271 more things than I did at the beginning of the year last year. So that is where this is coming into play. So I'm going to track again this year. Instead of writing it all out, I'm going to do it on a spreadsheet, which I can kind of share on the screen. I do have a template that you can copy, make a copy from or download as Excel. That's linked in the description box if you're interested. It's free, whatever. Or make your own. Maybe you can do something fancier than I can. But the exercise of keeping track is really, I don't know, it's just so eye-opening for me. So that's what we're going to do this year. A couple of things I did not track last year. I didn't track like food or groceries or anything. That just felt too overwhelming to track, and you eat the food up in a week or two anyway. So I didn't track any of that. It was really just things that I was bringing into my home for myself. So like a new pack of pens, okay, or a new sweater, or whatever that was. That's what I tracked. So looking through my list here, I have a lot of beauty products because I love beauty products, a lot of clothes. I also have some office supply type stuff, some home storage, like different bins and stuff. What else do I have here? Yeah, just some more organization type items. I have a few books again, and I counted things that I was gifted. So with Christmas time and my birthdays right at the end of the year too, I did, receive some gifts and all of that. Just very eye-opening, and I highly recommend the experience. Even if you just do it for a month or 2 months, it's just interesting to track. So before I show you my tracker and we talk through kind of how I'm going to track it, I want to talk about some goals I have. So last year, 271 is the number. I would like to reduce that by, at least 15%. Ideally, I'd be a lot lower, but we're setting realistic and attainable goals this year. We're not overdoing it and then making ourselves feel like failure at the end of the year. So I'm reducing my number by about 15%. So my net number is 230. I really hope I'm lower than that, of course, but that feels like a realistic goal for me for right now based on the numbers I had last year. And you will be surprised how fast things come into your home. It's just It's insane. So that's kind of the goal. The other goal I have is last year I did one negative consumption month. And what I mean by that is I had more going out than coming in. So my net number was negative. So say I had 10 items leaving, but I only brought 5 in, I was a -5. I would love to have 3 months like that this year. So I did one last year. I want to challenge myself to do 3 this year. The thing with challenges like that, I personally can get in a habit of telling myself, oh, just wait a week and then you can buy it for next month. And I really don't want to like get into that cycle because it doesn't help me at all in the end. But I'm hoping I can do a couple of, declutters throughout my home. We have so many kitchen gadgets and extra dishes. I'm hoping I can kind of go through that area. My closet, of course, I have so many clothes that I could definitely pass on, and maybe just some other kind of random things throughout the house. But I'm hoping that I can do a couple of big declutters that will, one, help my space, and 2, help somebody else that could, use and appreciate those things. But then 3, hopefully those can help me get to a negative consumption month. So those are my 2 goals, 230 net number at the end of the year and 3 negative consumption months. The best part about this is you get to control your habits a little bit more after you know what your habits are. So it's just kind of fun to do this for the second year. All right, I'm going to pull my laptop over here and I'm going to screen share while we look at the tracker that I'm using. I do have a link for this in the description box below. You'll go up to File and make a copy to make your own. So feel free to kind of come along with me or make your own version. I think that'd be cool too. All right, so what we have on the screen here, I have 3 different tabs at the bottom. I have a tab called In, a tab called Out, and a tab called Dashboard. So I wanted to kind of talk through what I have in here, and I have already started tracking for January. All right, so let's start with the In tab in the spreadsheet itself. So first I have the month, and I have a filter going across the top of each of these column headers, so it'll help me kind of categorize and things like that. But so I'm putting the month, January, February, March, etc. The item description, so what it is. So already on here, I got a replacement brow pomade and mascara for the new year, a new quarter. I have a hanging closet or a hanging shelf for the closet, a cuticle oil, deodorant, wall calendar. I already have things on the list, okay? So that's the description. Category, I'm kind of making up the categories as I go, but I think this will be interesting to see at the end of the year. So I have makeup, home storage, nails, toiletry, office supplies, and jewelry right now. And I'm just going to keep going. I don't have set categories. You certainly could pick and choose, but I'm just kind of figuring them out as we go. Then the count, so the number of items. So in this case, and this is an example from last year, I bought a pack of 6 highlighters. I personally count that as 6, not just one pack, but there's 6 individual highlighters. And that way, if I finish one or one dries up, and I can count it as one going out, not like 1/6 of something going out. So I like to count that way. You can count in the way that makes sense for you, of course. But for me, if it's a set, so like I have a, my boyfriend got me a necklace and earring set. I'm counting that as 2. I have a pair of earrings and a necklace. Those are separate. But again, count whatever you want to count. I'm keeping track of the cost or the value of these things. For gifts, I just put it at 0. I'm not like going to look everything up, but for anything that I personally bought, I'm keeping track of that. Again, maybe you don't care about that, so you don't have to. Consumable over here. So I'm just doing a yes or no. And what I'm getting at is the thing that I'm bringing in something that is meant to be finished? So makeup products are meant to be finished one day. My deodorant, I'm going to finish one day. The wall calendar, at the end of the year, it's going to be done. Like it's a temporary thing that I'm not going to have forever and ever and ever. Whereas, jewelry, it's not like you finish it. I mean, maybe you donate it or give it away one day, but that's not the end goal or the intention of the thing. So that's something that makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you or you don't care, again, get rid of it. And then I'm also keeping where the thing is from. So Target, Amazon, if it's a gift, wherever, I think that is going to help me identify, okay, you need to leave Amazon alone for a while, or something like that. And then this cost per, if I have something like 6 highlighters, I'm going to keep going to that example, let's say it costs $6. I could put, it's $1 per highlighter. If you don't care about that, that's cool too. And then this last one is out. So I just want to be able to mark anything that I bring in this year, like this mascara. I switch my mascaras quarterly. So when I, retire this one and buy a new one in a few months, I can mark that, yes, this particular mascara I brought in, and it is now also out of my home. Because I think it's going to be interesting to see how many things I bring in have already left versus how many things are still here, throughout the whole year. So again, make this your own. This is kind of what I'm tracking. So then if we go to the out tab at the bottom of the spreadsheet, I have kind of similar items. So the month, the description, the category, the count. So again, here's that mascara and brow pomade that I'm replacing, but I am also getting rid of the old ones. And then I have the count there. And then from 2023, it's kind of the inverse of that out, column from before. So either yes, it was from 2023 or no, it was from a previous year. And then how it was out, I should probably relabel this something different, but for right now, I'm going to leave it out. But it was empty, or if I decluttered it, or if I donated it, because I also think it'll be interesting to see, how many things did I donate this year? How many things did I completely empty? How many did I declutter? Those types of things interest me. So that's why I'm trying to keep track of it. So those are the two tabs I will be in most commonly. And then monthly, I have this dashboard, and I plan to do monthly updates with you guys to talk through kind of these numbers. And we'll probably hang out here on the dashboard quite a bit. So the first one here, this first table, I have the month, my total number in, total number out, and then I have a formula here to calculate that difference. And then I have a running total. So let's just pretend for a second that February was the exact same, 10 and 6. My net total for the month is still 4, but my running total for the year is 8. So it'll keep track for me, which will be very helpful. I'm going to remove those because I don't actually know what I'm bringing out in February. Moving to the right here, I have the categories. So I'm keeping track of those different categories that I had mentioned and listed. Total number in, total number out, and then I've got a net total. So I think that'll be interesting to see, especially the beauty stuff. I'm hoping it's kind of about the same, like I'm just doing a lot of replacements, but we'll see how this goes. And if I scroll down, I have a couple of other things. I've got the retailers. So again, how many things from Target, how many things from Amazon, how many gifts, and then how I'm getting things out of my home. Again, I might need to relabel that. If you have a suggestion, let me know, but how many things were empty, how many were decluttered, how many were donated, and any other things that come up, I have space to put them in. So this is how I'm going to be keeping track of, what's going on for me, and be transparent about and talk about the months that I struggle, the months that I succeed. And I would love to have that ongoing conversation with you. So let me just quickly show you, if you want to use the template, how to make your own copy and download it to Excel and all that if you're not familiar. And then we'll kind of wrap up here. All right, so this is the template. It's blank. It's still got the 3 tabs, and then you can add your own. But if you have a Google account already, like a Gmail email, you can come up to File, Make a Copy, and that'll let you rename it and then save it into your drive so you can use it and customize it and edit it. If you are more of an Excel kind of person, you can also come to File, Download, and then choose Microsoft Excel. And then you can do it on, your desktop without being in Google or anything like that. So hopefully those 2 methods will work. And if you have other things that you want to track, I would love to hear about them down below. Maybe there's something I want to add to my own tracker, but I'm really excited to go on this venture together. We'll see where it goes. But my main goals, again, to recap for this year, 230 is like the maximum number I want to be at the end of the year for total number of things in my net total. And I also want 3 negative months. So 3 months where I have more going out than coming in. And maybe I can do even better than that, but those are going to be the goals that I'm setting right now. And I can't wait to check in after January to let you know how it goes. So if you plan to do this or a version of this, let me know in the comment section so we can connect and I can follow along with your journey if you choose to share it. But I'm really excited to get started and can't wait to update you in about a month on how I did. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. So thank you so much for watching today, and subscribe if you want to come along on this journey with me. I'd love to have you here. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.